Hello friends, this is Kevin aka K-Man1 coming at you with the second episode of the newly named Self-Sufficient Scape. I decided on the name when I was uploading the video this morning. Anyways, the first thing I want to talk about is, you might have noticed in some of the clips in the last video that I had these strange rocks in my inventory. I should probably explain what these are. There's this statue plinth here in the Varrock Museum, and basically you talk to these guys and they're just like, hey, those rocks are part of the statue here. How about you add them to the plinth, and then you'll get experience, and it's a completionist cape requirement or a master quest cape requirement. I don't know exactly what it is, but basically it's free experience and you can do it once a week. But the time in which you get the strange rocks is pretty much completely random. So it's more of an annoyance than like a really useful thing. Incidentally, it did manage to get me 29 farming and 20 herb lore, so I guess it's not a complete waste of time. I should probably at least mention other functions of Viswax other than selling. You can use it for auras, which I don't really have access to on this account yet because I just got membership. You can use it on daily challenges, which it's not really that valuable at low levels, but I will show off some really good ones to use Viswax on later on. And you can use it on divine locations, which is something with divination that I won't get into for a little while. And you can also add quick teleport charges when you're using the home teleport on the lodestone, which I am going to do because honestly, teleporting is so slow. I'm only going to use 50, so I'll have 500 quick teleports. That should last me for a little while until I can get a little bit more cash flow readily available. But slow teleports are just a pain in my rear end, so I'm just going to nip that in the bud. Anyways, I'll go ahead and sell this off and then go ahead and work on some other low-level quests. So I'm finishing up Fremenic Trials, and I don't know why I said yesterday that I was going to wait until it was like later on in the account, because I guess I just always think of the Fremenic area as being this super high-leveled place, but in reality, you only need like 40 woodcutting and 40 crafting and 25 fletching to become a Fremenic. Also, my Fremenic name is Thorkall. My old school account is Jitkin, and I forget my main on RuneScape 3's Fremenic name. But yeah, anyways, this also opens up 3 new merchants, which you can buy feathers from, and buying feathers from NPC merchants is actually really profitable because they sell them for 6 each and they sell for like 35 each. So it's like an easy 30k profit per store that you go to. And there are 3 that are opened up from the Fremenic Trials, which is why I specifically wanted to complete this, and I'll use all the lamps in a second. I'm sorry if they're bothering you, but I prefer to get all my XP gains off camera. Just kidding. I will start showing levels later, but because big levels are so common early game, like you hit milestones so quickly, it just doesn't feel worth it to constantly show like, oh hey, I got level 10 fletching, it took me 10 seconds. It just doesn't feel that impactful. To me anyways. If it feels important to you, then I don't want to take that away from you. Anyways, I'm going to buy feathers from the last merchant here. I hope that it's separate. And I'm going to go ahead and sell them on the Grain Exchange just to show how valuable it can be. So I sold feathers from the 3 shops in the Fremenic area as well as 3 other shops. I'll include a link in the description to all of the stores that sell feathers, and I'm actually going to continue to unlock more, hopefully by the end of the day, but possibly tomorrow. But I bought them all for 36k, and I sold them for 222k, which is a turnover of like 180 something, I think. I don't know the math right offhand, but I think it's like 184 or 186-ish K profit. So really, really good for minimal investment. And these magic staves aren't selling, so I'll just sell them for lower. So a tip that I found for early divination levels is if you start the Tales of the God Wars mini quest, you can come here to a wisp colony that is a little bit to the west of Castle Wars. You can kind of see the path here. and you can collect these memory fragments, and they'll give you like gigantic amounts of divination experience for early levels. And for those of you who know about divination, then it is a very slow skill, especially at the start. So having this ability to just blow through the early levels, I think this gets you up to like 25 or 30 divination just immediately. So really, really valuable and something I recommend doing. A Guthixian cache opened up right after I did that divination thing, so I figured I might as well do it. I didn't get all the points that I could, but I got 5.6k experience, which bumped me from 21 to 28 div. Not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my bonus XP, but I'm probably not gonna push it much further past level 29, just because lower levels, it's best to just wait and do caches, and then you can kind of grind after you're around level 50 or 60 is really when it starts slowing down on the cache front. Also, with my new divination level, I went to make a divine bird snare, which is a divine location. Basically, it's something you can make once a day that grants you like super fast experience in one of the gathering skills. So I made a divine bird snare, and the thing you should do is go to World 2 Burthorpe, which is full of people just doing all sorts of crazy stuff, and you can place it down, and if people search it with you, then you'll get additional experience as well as extra items that other people gather. Whenever you see like gigantic bursts of experience, it's probably me getting it from other people. So it's a really easy way to breeze through early levels of gathering skills, which especially Hunter is a pain early on. With Divine Locations, it is so ridiculously easy. It's almost not even funny, but it's amazing and I love it. And immediately from level 2 to 14 with only one Divine Location. Obviously it slows down with later levels, but it is very powerful at low levels. I'm probably going to do... I might do mining one tomorrow or after the daily reset in a couple hours, but I'll decide when I get to that point. But just assume that if you see one of my gathering skills suddenly shoot up, that's probably what I've been doing. And this is the Fight Arena quest done, which gives some extra attack XP, puts me at almost 45 attack. And I think I'm going to go ahead and train right all the way up to 50 right now so that I can use rune weapons, but I'll have to decide that in a minute. While doing a quick herb run, I am actually about to hit, and I'm going to avoid this vampire right here. Oh my goodness. Whoever added this vampire to this farm patch just needs to reevaluate their life decisions. Anyways, with this patch, I am now hitting... Oh my goodness. I'm hitting 32 farming, which is the requirement for Ranner seeds. So that's what I'm going to start planting, and they're probably the first really good herb to try and plant. And with this Moss Giant, I will finally hit 50 attack, which means I can finally wield rune weapons. I know that Moss Giants are kind of a lame way to train melee stats, but I don't want to do Slayer until I'm a little higher leveled, because I get stupid tasks like Catable Pawn, which is my current task, and I really don't feel like doing that crap. Anyways, I got 50 attack. I'm not going to go for 50 strength right now because I'm sick of Moss Giants, but I do want to train magic up, which I think I'm going to go to rock crabs for, but that might be a horrible idea. So a couple things happened after that last clip. First is I decided to train up my herb lore a little bit just so I can make unfinished toadflax potions. Something you should know about herb runs is that unfinished potions tend to sell for a couple hundred gold more than their grimy herb counterparts, so cleaning and turning the herbs into potions is actually really beneficial. You do a little bit of work and you get like a few thousand more profit per herb run. It's very impactful. But anyways, I completed the Druidic Ritual quest just to get a couple more resources to train up herb lore. Then I went to ghouls to train magic because rock crabs were a little too OP for me, and I got up to 50 magic there. I did the Vampire Slayer quest to get a little bit of extra attack experience, which I probably should have done before training at Moss Giants, but hindsight is 50-50. I then decided that I wanted to do the Animal Magnetism quest, which requires 30 range and 18 Slayer. Range wasn't a problem. I just went to the trolls at Burthorpe again to just shoot through those early levels of ranged. But Slayer was a little bit of a mixed bag as far as difficulty is concerned. For 1000 XP, I used the Mask of the Troll that you get on every account, I think, early game. It's an easy way to get 1000 Slayer just by killing the trolls at birth. 1000 Slayer experience, sorry, by killing the trolls at Birthorp, which got me up to level 10. And then for the remaining 8 levels that I needed for Animal Magnetism, I decided to do a Slayer contract at the Slayer Tower, which, in case you don't know, they give you like 20% of the experience you would normally get from killing them on task. So I did a Banshee Slayer contract and happened to get the Banshee Champion scroll. So I went ahead and threw the full fight into the video for you to enjoy. And so I got up to 18 Slayer, and then I finished the Ava's Accumulator quest. I finished Ernest the Chicken in order to finish that, and then I finished Animal Magnetism in order to gain access to Ava's store, as well as get the Ava's Accumulator, which is a really good ranged cape slot item. So anyways, guys, now that I've completed Animal Magnetism, I think that my next goal is going to be to get my combat up. I want to get it to 75 before I start Slayer so I can go right to Kael'dir instead of sitting with Vanica, because Vanica gives some really dumb tasks that I don't want to do. Stuff like Earth Warriors and a couple others that just don't seem to really be something I would enjoy. So I think I'm going to grind up to 75 combat. I'll figure out the best way to do that. I know that Prayer and Summoning will be quick ways to get that up for relatively small amounts of levels, but I also want to get 66 magic for the Mages Guild. Anyways, combat is going to be the big goal of the future, and I'll probably talk a little bit more about that once I finally do get into Slayer. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching, and I guess I will see you next time.